to the third evolution. The third evolution is what we call industrial age. Industrial age. At this age, at this period of time, people begin to discover that it is not only to cultivate something on the land, it's beneath the land, there is also something valuable. People begin to say that, oh, on the surface of the land, we can cultivate our plants, we can cultivate yam, do this, but under it, beneath it, there is crude oil, there is gold, there is diamond. They begin to think out for a way to excavate those mineral resources at the what? Industrial age. What are you thinking now about money? People now says, because it is now called industrial age, there are many machines that can do something. Now, people now say we can also use the apple we got from our farm and make it apple juice. That is why you are drinking apple juice today. Industrial age. All this thing was produced during industrial age. People now says, oh, I have tomato. I can use this tomato not only to cook stew, not only to cook jollof rice. I can still use it to do tomato paste, or the one they call ketchup. You see, people begin to think of innovation, how to utilize what they have in their farm to do something. Even the cassava, they started using cassava in order to produce flour. The flour we are using. I think I see Priscilla one day on Facebook flying some flying some egg roll. You know, I was like a young in that day. The time I saw the picture, wow, I said, nah, I need to eat that egg roll. You see, it's people that know that you can use cassava to prepare what we call flour today, and our sister is using it to fry egg roll. Amen. This is industrial age we are. This is industrial age we are. Now, what is money again? Money, it lies in what you can think out of your value. Amen. Now, during this period of time, they now said, I think we need to do something special. We need to train our slave. We need to train many people how to use that machine. And that is the origin of what we call school system today. School is meant to train you so that after you graduate, you go and work in the factory. Am I communicating? So that is why they will not teach you about wealth creation in school, because it was designed that you go into the factory and work in the farm with machine. You start making ketchup. That is why when you are in school, before you graduate, they ask you, have you found a job? Have you found a factory where you are going to work? Because they are training you in that school so that you come out with your asabodo, you go to your boss and say, hey, I passed English and maths. You can now employ me in your factory so that I can start, shaking the machine. Amen. You see why they created school. So for them to train more people. So even if, I'm not saying school is not good though, at least even if you study, it's good to study so that you have your brain will be sharp. You can think very well. It's part of self-development. But even if when you are studying, try to think out something that will wow the world. There's a video I made the other time about employee and employer. You can search in my channel or anything. Employee and employer. The difference between them. You go there and search for it. I will not tell you something in that area. Amen. Now, they now said, if these people graduate, they started working for us in this factory, how can we compensate them? They now introduce salary. We can't give them ketchup now. We can't give them apple juice. We need something that is why they are giving you that paper money, and it's called salary, so that you will be happy to work tomorrow. You forget how to create your own wealth. You say, hey, this man is very good. This man is very good. He negotiates you. He negotiated with your value. If I let me use the word, he scale you. Your academics, maybe you are first class. He said first class will be, let me pay first class 5,000 RMB. Second class, let me pay second class. They just weigh your capacity, weigh your brain. All the things you study for 4 years, including masters, even PhD, they weigh all of them and say, let me just give the person 5,000 RMB in this factory. They introduce salary for you, and you are happy. Amen. And I believe that once you are happy, please, while you are happy, try to save something so that you create your own wealth. You become an employer. Now, because of my time, let me also discuss the fourth evolution. Are we communicating? Are we enjoying the gist? Amen. Okay, let me also discuss the fourth evolution, because we are discussing what is money. Yeah. Now, this fourth evolution, during this period of time, we have what we call technology and information age. That is where we are today. Technology everywhere today. People are having what we call brainstorming, taking out something, brain power. Now, initially, remember the hunter age, they are using manpower. Farming age, they are using manpower to cultivate, to learn, to do everything. Now, this technology age or information age, you use your brain power. Brain power replace muscle power. You don't need to. In fact, the other time I said you can work hard, that is energy. You waste it. You don't need to do exercise that kind of manpower. You now use your brain. You work more smart. Smart work now replace what we call hard work. Now we can have what we call ideas. And they say that ideas rule the world today. Your idea can rule the world. What you can think of. Your idea rule the world. That is where we are. Today, you don't need to carry that paper money, that red envelope from Nigeria to come to China to buy goods. You can just send something. You don't know how it just transfer. They just put something in that their system. Before you know it, they say they have received alert. And you cannot come and buy goods. You cannot just stay in your house. You use your phone and send your mom 5,000 RMB every month without going to bank or carrying envelope every morning, enter flight to go to your village and drop the money. You can just stay here and send money because we are in information and technology age. You don't need to carry your ATM every time because it is useless. That is why as with that ATM you are carrying, is it money? It's useless. It's just nothing. If you don't have something in that bank, it is useless. You don't need to carry it anywhere unless it is you need something urgent along the way. You can just enter and grab something and go in the ATM machine to save your life. But if you have your phone, you don't need to go to bank. Even here in China, if you have your phone, just go and scan and go. Pay as you go. That's why people you stay in your home. You just enter Pindodo, enter Taba. Before you know it, your house is full of commodities. You see this one. You say, hey, this one is very, very nice. So you do the end, the money just going. Before you know, what I order is not what I what I got. Everything in your house. I have a coat. I can't wear that coat because not what I saw I received. Amen. So what I'm saying in essence is this: in this information and technology age, make the whole world easier. You don't need to worry about because we have more things to think about. Now let us help ourselves answer the question: what is money? Before I land off, what is money? What is money? Money is any medium of exchange, like we discussed. So now help yourself to think of what you can exchange with. Help yourself and think of something. You have energy, you have skills. In the lines of trade by barter, that time you can still come back with what do I have to exchange? Because I said earlier, people pay for value. So money is any medium of exchange. Is any medium of exchange. Is any medium of exchange. That is money. And what helps us to understand this medium exchange is by trade by barter. What we discover that period of farming, you can exchange something to get something. So today you can exchange your skills, your talent. Some people are eating very huge of money only by singing. If you me, just go and ask Moses Bliss them. Some people are now talking just because they can talk. People can, what can you do? They call it public speakers. What can you do? Just identify your skills. People will align. People will come and started paying you for that. And you started charging. You will be in your home listening to somebody's voice. And you'll be nodding your head. Nodding. Why you can sing more than the person? Because you have not started. If you could be able to discover yourself, you can be able to align and work towards it so that you can be able to achieve what you want. So the aim of this study is for you to know what you can do with yourself, with your skills. Amen. Amen. Then the next one, what is money? Money is a reward for solving problem. It's a reward. It's a reward for what? Solving problem. Any problem you solve, have money. People pay you because of the problem you solve, not because you discover something. Nobody pays you because you discover something or because you see something. They pay you because you solve problem. If you solve small problem, you earn small money. For example, if you are a shoemaker or shoe polisher, you are solving problem by polishing shoe. You know how much you are giving the shoemakers and shoe polishers in your place. You can give them 5 kwai or 10 kwai because you see the job as nothing to write home about. If you solve small problem, you earn small money. If you solve medium problem, you earn medium money. If you solve big problem, you earn big problem. What problem can you solve? If you solve national problem, there is what we call national money. Ask people that in Senate, they say they are solving the national problem, but they are not doing anything. They are consuming national money. And that is why we are here. Amen. If you solve global problem, you earn global money. So what can you do with your money? Money is a reward for solving problem. I will leave you with this. I will leave you with this. Remember, nobody is paid for discovering or identifying problem except they solve them. Except they solve them. Nobody paid you because you discovered something or you identified something. You must solve the problem before you earn. So look out for something you solve. The ability to identify problem is not complete if you cannot solve it. As you are discovering the problem, try to solve it. There are many virgin lands in Africa. There are many things to solve. Try and solve one, and you will earn massively. Amen. Thank you for listening tonight. I'll hand over to Mommy Florence. Amen.